Hey, it's Ryan Freeberg with futureproofbusiness.com. Are you selling to sell or are you selling to serve? Now, why is this subject so important to get a grasp on? Because when we look at the evolution, not just of humanity or just talking about it, and the spiritual awakening in the age of Aquarius 12/21/12, we really are evolving as a human species, but we are evolving in our markets as well. So you want to look at your market and see the dynamics of what's going on. What is your competition doing? Are they selling to sell, or are they really selling to serve? And that means, are you as an entrepreneur and your market, are you really evolving the client experience, their subjective experience, from pain into pleasure? Because when we just look at it this way, mainstream commercial advertising and media is all about selling to sell. What they're doing is selling the illusion, the fantasy. And they will use emotional and sexual power or non-physical conscious energy in their advertising, associating it with their brands and products to what is ultimately keeping people in this cycle that is not really evolving them. It's keeping them diverted and identifying themselves through brand names and products. If you don't have this product, you're not good enough. These types of people like this, the party's over here, you're not good enough. We see all of this, and now people are waking up. They're becoming more conscious of what's going on in these markets. And I've referenced before, and you can check out the other videos, some markets are really more evolved than others. So look at the state of your market, your industry. How evolved is the dynamic? What's going on? Is there a lot of selling to sell? Because I'll tell you, the dating industry, and it's controversial, but a lot of even mainstream dating and the book publishing industry, and a lot of it's really keeping people in a consumer cycle where it's not truly evolving them into a higher experience of their own power. Commercial advertising, mainstream media, television, everything about it is keeping people in a consumer experience. It's not truly evolving them. So a lot of marketers in circles I've seen are really selling to sell. They just value selling. Well, as these markets evolve, the buyers are demanding more. They expect to be treated with respect. And any place there's oppression, the human soul will find freedom. So we're seeing this in different markets. And the march on Monsanto and all of this public outcry and awareness of corruption and companies that are out of alignment with more life and the expansion of the human experience. So ideally, you want to get in alignment if you're not right now. And if you are a spiritual or conscious entrepreneur, you want to make sure that you're servicing in the more life paradigm, where your business itself is really just a vehicle of that expansion for your people that's truly evolving them. So there's a difference between diversion and awakening. A lot of marketing and sales, especially everything about consumer land, is really more about diversion. But the future is transformation. The future is spiritual alignment, which is getting your business in alignment with the evolutionary path of your client. Do you even know what that is in your market? If not, you might want to find out what that would be. The thing is, you won't even know what is the evolutionary path or of your client experience unless you were in spiritual alignment yourself, where you would value a higher human experience in mind, body, heart, sexiness, and soul. So humanity is evolving, and spirituality is really about higher consciousness. not just in the more traditional passive Eastern chi sense, but really the resolution of all problems is higher consciousness. And that's what spirituality is. Now we're just valuing it in a more human experience. And that's what business at its best does. You're bringing the resolution of your buyers, your clients, your prospects. You're bringing the resolution of their problems. And you want to be doing that on emotional, physical, spiritual, sexual, mental levels. So you're really evolving their experience from pain into higher levels of freedom. So are you in alignment with that evolutionary path of your customer? Because when you do that now, you can lead your market. Even though there's all of this other stuff, even though there's all of this other oppression that's going on in the other markets that's popular, that mainstream media will keep manipulating and influencing people's states to sell them the illusion. You don't have to keep selling to sell just because that's working. Because as these markets wake up, and you see it in different markets, people are becoming aware of where they were oppressed, realizing that that is not adding to my life, that's actually taking away from it and keeping me stuck. And I've helped so many men, specifically single men, in my business before this to really wake up and see what was going on and how oppressed all of that was. So get in spiritual alignment, see what's going on in your market to see if you're selling just to sell, because a lot of marketers that are more logical, they're still like that. Or do you really value innovation and being future-proof so you can always keep expanding the lifetime cycle of your customer? Because with spirituality and higher consciousness, there are no limits. So we can always evolve our human and client experience to higher levels with spirituality, because that is higher consciousness. And in business, it's very relevant. It's everything. That's what you're doing anyways. You just see it as this is my product or service, but that's really the candy-coated shell. You're in the business of raising your client experience beneath it all. That's what you're doing. Even if it's just selling them a stick of gum or the right nail for that, you're raising the experience. So how can you raise the experience more? Get in alignment spiritually with the entirety of your client's consciousness and their evolutionary path and the market cycle, the future of it, so it's actually breaking the boundaries of what market analysts would see, because spirituality has been disconnected from practical driving business. Now your vehicle can be that powerhouse to serve more, so you can sell to serve and raise their experience to entirely new levels. So I encourage you to value the future and be in touch with it now, and you can make more profit and end up leading your market before you knew it. This is where the future is headed anyways. As the markets evolve, you can bring your people a higher experience now, get in touch, and you can sell to serve and make more money than you ever did before.